Lessons from the golf course, questions from the golf course. Let's do it. Okay, I'm out here in Houghton Golf Club in South Africa, just learning how to play golf. And one of the key lessons I've learned with this sport is you gotta have focus. And that really relates to anything in life, whether it's golf, whether it's business, or whether it be in life. We live in a world that's full of distractions, whether it be notifications on your phone, social media, there's someone always calling, texting you. But for you to achieve what you want from life, you have to have the ability to zone out and focus on what you want to achieve. First of all, for entrepreneurs, you are always maybe sometimes guilty of having too many ideas that can become a distraction from your main idea. So even if you want to create multiple streams of income, why don't you focus on that one stream and give it all that you have for the next 2 to 3 years? And then you diversify after that once you have established that area. So the question that I have is, how do I know if I'm in the right field? As simple as this golf club, I have to look at its design, and then I have to guess, okay, what is the best use of this particular equipment? I could use this to dig a garden if I want, but I won't be as effective in making any hole on the ground. I could use this maybe to try to trim the shrubs. Maybe I can, try to cut down the shrubs with this, but you will find that I'm putting so much effort and getting a little return. So one of the ways of knowing if I'm in the right place is actually seeing what is the output from the effort I'm putting in. If I'm in an industry and I'm putting in effort, maybe it's your technique, but maybe you are an instrument that is actually created for a specific industry. That if you could maybe shift and try different things, try different locations, try different ventures, you might actually then find that, hold on a minute, I'm a golf club. I need to be in the golf club. Once you put this in the golf club, it becomes a great instrument. It's like a fish in water. It's like a bird in the air. So for you to know if you are in the right industry, in the right field, just check those signs. What is the input I'm putting in and what is the output? Do I do this naturally or am I laboring? Do I dread going to work? Do I dread doing the things that are associated with my job? That will tell me that maybe you're a club that is being used to cut down the shrubs. Once you look at it and study it, which means you gotta know yourself. You gotta know what gifts, what talents. You gotta know what motivates you. You gotta know what you do naturally. And once you have known who you are, then it's so much easier to turn around and say, this industry, this ain't for me right there. This situation, that ain't for me right there. I don't fit there. And you would then find your fit. How do you overcome fear? First of all, you have to understand everything you want in life is on the other side of fear. Fear is the barrier between you and your dreams, you and that girl that you want to date and you could potentially marry, you and that business that you could start tomorrow and potentially become a millionaire, and not only that, help your family and help your community. Fear is the main barrier, but fear is actually false evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. They say that the master has failed more times than the amateur or the beginner. So you have to become comfortable with failing. Once you become comfortable with failing, then you are ready to get into the industry you're getting into. How do I get over the fear? I would simply say start walking. Go to an event down the road where they're exhibiting, talking about what you're interested in. Go on YouTube and find a video that's talking about your industry and experts from your field. Go on LinkedIn, network with people. That's starting. You have to redefine what starting is. And once you redefine what starting is, the fear goes. Because once you understand that for you to start in any industry, to start in real estate and become a real estate professional, it doesn't mean that I have to be doing a big construction like this, a magnificent development behind us. It simply means that I'm interested in real estate. I'm a student of the game. I'm learning what it takes to do what needs to be done in this field. I'm engaging with people in that field while I'm writing notes and what I'm planning out and shaping up my ideas of what I would do in the future. that is starting already. So once you take the bar of what starting means from being up here means 100,000 to start. Being up here means having the stuff. Being up here might mean that having the shop. Being up here might mean having the funding. Take the bar from that to this, to going to the event, to going on YouTube. Are you afraid of watching a video on YouTube? Are you afraid of going to an event? Surely you're not afraid of that. So if you can do that, you have overcome fear. And let fear become a puppy, per se, so that you can become a master at your industry. Go for it. You have to reassess your why. Why are you doing this? If you are doing what you're doing to just buy a car, buy a house, then your motivation goes with your why when it's achieved. But your why has to be so big that you can even get to the end of your life. And you know that your why is bigger than your life, and it's a part of your generational or legacy piece. When you have a why that is that big and that vast, then you will always be motivated because you'll always be chasing ahead. Yes, it's good to have stepping stones and smaller goals, but you gotta have big, audacious goals. Goals that you will need other people to help you. Goals that you might have to spend the rest of your life achieving. Maybe goals that might have to be realized in your family through your children's children. You know, the good book says that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. That inheritance simply means daddy left a plan that we are going to build a city. Daddy left a plan that we are going to be the best in this field. I was watching recently on the news as I heard that Michael Schumacher's son is going to get a seat on the F1 circuit next year. That's what I call generational plans right there. If your why is that big, that it's not centered around you and your goals, but your why is bigger than yourself and it spreads to other people around you. That's a big why. And when you have a why that big, you might get tired, but trust me, motivation will always come because you know that your life's work is not complete. I know this is high level stuff, but I ain't gonna water it down and dumb it down for nobody. You gotta start thinking big and start thinking, what is my mark I'm gonna leave on this earth? And when you focus on that, trials may come, storms may come, but listen, you'll always be motivated to keep going because you know that what you're doing and your why is strong enough. Like they say, if your why is strong enough, your how and your motivation will appear. There you have it. Finished my first golf lessons. You know, there's so many lessons you could learn from this whole process that you can apply to life. First of all, the first thing I would say is when you're starting a new venture, a new sport, a new business, a new idea that you're trying to take forward, try to get people who've already been in that field, who know the ins and outs. As you have seen for my golf lesson here, if I was by myself, I probably would have sprained my back, I would have torn a few muscles. But I do get it now. I was putting too much power in the backswing. By the time I come through to hit it, I've already exhausted half of my energy but now I get it. Now, thanks a lot. I think that was very useful, and yeah, I think it probably gets me further down the line if I just come by myself and try to swing my back until it's cracked. But by having the right person just show me the ropes, it saves me going through so much pain and muscle aches that I don't necessarily have to experience. So as you go forward with your business, with your idea, with whatever concept you're trying to push forward, find a mentor if you can, someone who can teach you the ropes, because like they say, you don't know what you don't know, especially when you're going into a new field. No matter how confident you are of yourself, no matter how you have self-assurance in your own abilities, but when you are getting into a new field, you simply do not know what you don't know. And get people around you who know the way and who have been through the path that you're about to take. Find that mentor, find that director, find that consultant, that industry expert who will help you get where you want to be. See you next time.